Welcome to another episode of the Conscious Reconstruction Podcast. I am the host with the most, aka Tony Melbourne, in the building. I'm here with the amazing, the illustrious, the one and only Ash is in the building.
Never mind. Hey.
Do you need me to pause it? You want to ask a question?
I was going to say something wildly inappropriate. Then I realized where I was and what type of time it was. Some things are just best left off.
Yeah. Don't get us canceled before we get started.
It was just nasty. Like, why are we thinking about this? But I'm just going to keep moving forward.
I have no questions. How was your weekend?
That was pretty cool. It's the first Sunday I have had off in a while, and you gotta hustle yourself out of a hole. Well, hence why I was so late so many fucking days. Just hustling my way out of holes, man. Now, that's a new type of strength that, like I said, you bitch ass niggas, don't start your own fucking business. Fuck you. Stay at home. Fucking assholes. Anyway.
She told y'all.
Yeah. I'm thinking about that shit.
Yeah, how was that?
How was what?
Having a Sunday off.
Oh, it was pretty nice. I took a nap, came here, made Riley some dinner. She got so upset. She wanted me to make hamburger helper. Then her grandpapa took the fucking hamburger helper and then mixed it with like sloppy Joe. She was like, "What's the most disgusting thing?" She was for real distressed. She was saying this since Friday. Mom was some hamburger helper. All right, what type of hamburger helper? Just hamburger helper. Mom was some hamburger helper. I bought the hamburger helper. She going downstairs. Her hamburger helper is ruined. She really was like, this is a look at my
What kind of hamburger helper was it?
Just regular ass cheeseburger.
That don't make sense. Why would you make sloppy Joe and cheeseburger?
That's just what my dad be doing for real. Like, he'll get in his bag because he smoked, and I guess it just sounded like it made sense, which I don't see how, but for him, that's what he does. He been doing weird shit like that for forever. Like,
Just random cooking experiments.
Bruh, and putting shit to put the shit together that don't mix, like, it's so fucking annoying.
But he eat it?
Yeah, he be eating and he be fucking that shit up and then wonder why nobody else wanted. Sir, this is your thing. This is not a family thing. This is what you wanted. So you should commit to whatever the fuck you made.
Hey, he do be, I guess. I can't. Like, I get on my chef shit, but it all be like normal things.
No, it's never like cohesive. It's like, say like you made soup or whatever and you just got a big ass pile of soup. So this nigga would just probably like, I don't know, dump it on like some noodles or some random ass shit, like broccoli cheddar soup over some noodles. Now that don't sound too bad, but that's just like the randomness that could occur. I can't remember any other things. He ain't did it in a while, combining random shit, but I know he's been doing that stuff since I was a kid.
Okay.
And Riley was distraught.
She said, I don't want none of these concoctions.
Like, it just tastes so bad. And I was like,
I bet you tasted it.
She didn't know what the fuck was going on. She knew her hamburger helper was made. And so she was like, well, I guess we're just gonna go in and see if it's good.
Nah, when it wasn't the right color, I would have given up. Because sloppy Joe is red, and I feel like this hamburger helper you're talking about should be like a yellowish
yellow,
color.
Orange, a cheese color.
Yeah, cheese color should not be
pasta-y.
Not at all. So I would have passed on. I'd have been like, you know what?
She was so mad.
I don't know who made this, but they
I'm
made
like,
it wrong.
wait,
I just would have got you. I'm like, Mom,
what the fuck?
They made it wrong. I don't know. I didn't taste it. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it don't look right. That's the type of kid I was. If it didn't look like it was supposed to, I'd be like, well, I'm just not gonna put it in my mouth.
No, she definitely.
You don't want to try it? It doesn't look like I should. I don't. It doesn't look appealing.
It's different.
It doesn't have a smell, or even if it does, it looks weird. I'm not putting something that looks weird in my mouth.
Right.
I have texture issues. This could be a weird taste. It already looks weird. You're failing on the appetizing list of foods for me.
No, she just was like, this is ruined my day now. And then I made her something before I left. She still wasn't 100% right, but that was my Sunday.
Oh,
yeah.
I made a whole lot of ground beef.
Yeah, whatever you made smelled good when I walked in.
I made a big thing of just like ground meat and everything. I seasoned that, but then I also made burgers. You're more than welcome to have one if you want.
Thank you.
And I did barbecue burgers. So I made a little barbecue sauce, seasoned it up, and then cooked it on the burgers in the broiler and everything. So
It smells good.
thank you. Well, yeah, that's what I do. I make. I get creative, but on a normal type of food.
You just kept it at burgers. You didn't try to mix shit together.
I get saucy on the spices and and things like that, but it's a very like consistent item in food where it's like, all right, I'm gonna have a burger and fries. So that's what I had. But I was like, all right, but I'm gonna do like crushed red peppers on all the burgers and everything like that on the top of them, and then after I broil them, I'm gonna stop it a little bit, then put the barbecue sauce and I'm gonna broil them again. So I get into it, but it's all like a normal item.
These things belong together.
Yeah, they all go together.
Still the same simple meal.
Yeah,
that nigga.
You add.
That'd just be combining shit. Like, bro, where did you get this idea from?
That'd be like Michael doing like making some of the corn and broccoli that I got.
Yeah.
And the rice. And then just throwing that in with the ground beef and being like, all right, this is
that's the shit my father
this is what I'm about to eat.
Yeah, like you'll just put random ass ground beef in the soup or some shit.
It's like, why did you do that?
Why did that sound
You could eat those separately, but the ground beef should also be turned into something.
Or he tried to make like one day. I remember he made sausage gravy, right? He made that shit with ground beef, bro. This is not fucking hitting the way it's supposed to.
It's not,
because it's fucking ground beef.
Don't have the same flavors.
That dumb shit. Like,
sausage is seasoned and spiced
a certain fucking way. Ground beef is just hella beefy with no motherfucking seasoning that could even taste, because usually sausage is made out of pork, so
they give it a little bit of flavor into it. It's
just been going on for so long, like I wasn't surprised when it happened, but also nobody told you to touch that box. But we all live in the same house, so I ain't
made
tripping.
some really good steaks earlier this week, I want to say.
You got a grill or no?
No.
Oh, okay. You made it up the broiler.
How did I? No. How did I make the steaks? Fried them, kind of. So I usually use my cast iron griddle skillet and get it really, really hot, and then like drop them in there, and it doesn't take too long to cook them till they're like. I like medium well.
Yeah.
So, I'll do a medium, depending on how I'm feeling. So these were about between medium well. Like, I cooked them to medium, and then what I like to do is cut it into strips, and then close both ends. So I just like fork and then dip both ends back onto the pan and sear it close and everything. So it doesn't look medium when you look at it, but if you cut back into it, it is. It's pretty good. Season it with some salt. Tender as fuck. Nah, like ever since I learned that trick, that's been the wave.
Yeah.
Just cover it in like a nice good layer of salt on both sides, and then let it sit for some hours. It's gonna absorb all that salt into it. It's not gonna be salty.
Yeah.
What that salt is gonna do is tenderize that meat. Then come over with whatever you want to, season on the top. I just use a normal little extra salt, a little pepper.
Bro, that's actually kind of genius, because now you see niggas fucking covering steaks in butter, which...
Well, don't have to. Don't gotta do all that.
I'm like, yo, is this a thing? I think I cooked it before I really cut back on the meat. I think I tried to do it, but didn't notice anything like noticeably
I'm not
different.
a big fan of the cooking it with the hunk of butter on top of it. Like, it's supposed to like sop up in there and be like more rich and shit like that, but I'm not a buttery guy on my steak.
No, like you would take it and like cover it in butter, like just melt like a stick or two and then just marinate them in the butter. I don't know how long I let it marinate. Maybe I'm just not a connoisseur, but it wasn't like, oh my god, it's like a regular ass steak. But I'm also not the biggest steak fan, so
see, no, I let things like sit for at least 8 hours.
Yeah, see, I ain't do all that.
Yeah, I'm definitely letting you sit for a good while, let you absorb what you need. So I'll prep my steaks like in the morning and then go random and be like, all right, it's time to cook these.
Yeah.
Now burgers, I don't do anything. They're quick and dirty. But it's ground beef, so I can fold the seasonings into it, the meat and everything.
That's what I miss the most is burgers. Just eating a burger without no repercussions afterwards. I really miss that. Really, really miss that. Because burgers is like one of my top favorite foods.
Stomach still not fucking with you on the...
Nah, I could do... It's just not. Let's just keep it that way. It's just not doing it the way it needs to do. But that's okay. Maybe it's just my season to not eat it right now. As much of it as I would like. I'll just say that much.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah. But other than that, I went to a Mediterranean restaurant. I was at Thursday. I don't remember which day. It was either Thursday or Friday. I think it was Friday. That's what I did. You don't like Mediterranean food, do you?
I don't know what it consists of.
It's like Mediterranean spices on top of meat.
I mean...
It's rice. You like rice.
I guess I'll say this. While I'm extremely picky,
Yeah.
as long as it's not like overly creamy or like
okay.
creamy, fishy, or cheesy,
Nope.
I'll give it a try as long as it smell cool. Now, if it get to looking crazy and being like mushy, then I'm back out. I don't want that in my mouth. I don't want it.
It was like a lot of kebabs and shit.
I fuck
like,
with kebabs.
Yeah, like kebabs over rice, and
I like rice.
But
I
you
see.
don't like yogurt sauce, but it's
Yeah,
like
no.
that simple shit like that.
See, I wouldn't do no yogurt sauce, but
Yeah,
I would
I
try
knew you
that
wouldn't do
stuff.
that.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so I would try different things. I'm just not a foodie like that. So
Yeah,
when
for
people are like,
sure.
"Oh, do you like that?" It's like, I like Mexican food.
I know.
Other than that, it's like I'll come with and get something and eat and try it out and see what's up. But food is just food.
Yeah, no.
Like the only person that I know that kind of has the same philosophy on me is Jada Pinkett Smith, where she's like, I eat because I have to, and it's just like fuel for my body, but I don't really like enjoy the act of eating. And I was like, yes, that exactly. I have to eat, thus I do. Do certain things taste good? Yeah, but also I don't care. I'd eat the same thing that tastes decent
For sure.
2 weeks in a row.
Nigga, I've been trying to get you away from that Mexican restaurant for the longest. And you're just like, yeah. I'm like, no, come just a little bit further. Just down the street, I swear, it's great.
No, Tapatías is where it's at.
I know you don't want to go from there. I'm like, come on, just a little further down. I swear to God, it's good. You're like,
I'll go to Blue Habanero.
stop. Bitch, if you don't expand your motherfucking palate, I swear to God.
I will. I do.
No, you don't. Because I've been trying to get you to do something for the longest. I'm just like, just this one. Great vibes. You don't like margaritas, I don't think, or do you?
I mean,
They got alcohol, is what I'm trying to say. But,
you mean that El Salvadorian place?
yes. And other places, too.
I mean,
But-
I would try it.
No, you wouldn't.
I would. Like, let me explain.
Look at your fucking face. No, the
It
fuck
has
you
to be
wouldn't.
like for lunch. Has to be like for lunch.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I'm trying a new place, lunch is my
Go to.
yes.
Okay.
I don't want it to be like how I end my day of eating.
Like,
I don't want to be like, while I don't care about eating, I don't want to eat nothing that I dislike either. And so if I don't like it, I won't eat it. And then I'll be hungry still. So I gotta end the day on something that I will eat.
Okay.
But lunch, I can definitely, because me eating more than one meal is always hit or miss anyway. So I can definitely just do whatever at lunch. Yeah, like I used to go downtown every Tuesday or Wednesday. We would go, me and my buddies, we would go out to a different place to lunch. So like, yeah, that's where I found the chocolate bar, and fucking there's the little Mexican spot down there. And when they had the think it was Noodle Cat or the ramen spot down there.
Yeah.
Like, no, there was a couple of different like little spots down there that we would just randomly try, but always lunch. So yeah, that's more of my like, if you want me to do something that's like, all right, let's go grab that.
Thanks for letting me know. You could have also let me know this before. Like, oh yeah, made for lunch, Ash. Great.
I didn't think about it. Now you know it's Mike's Super Shirt Show. Hey. But what's the topic today? Because topic.
Damn, it's our topic already. This is some more bullshit.
How?
I don't understand.
How is your turn?
Yeah. What? Hold on. Nothing else happened. Nothing. That's some bullshit, dude. I do more things. More things for the sake of me.
Let me think.
For the sake of our listeners. I'm ready.
No, I didn't do more things.
For this bullshit. What is this?
I'm gonna work. I went out with my homie. Blue, maybe not yesterday. Friday. I want to say. Me and him went and grabbed drinks, and then went and got some Chinese food. Probably around 5.
Let me ask you this question. I got into it with somebody. I won't go into details, but I'll just say the gist of it. You go out on a date with somebody. Great first date, right? The second time they say, hey, let's go to Panera and just have something simple so I can be close to you. Okay. Is that something that just young niggas do? It's closer to my age? Or is that a individual fuck nigga thing that just, we've done all the thing, now I need to not spend as much money on you because I feel like spending on dates is a waste of my money because whatever reason. Is that such normal for around your age, or is that a man thing? Is that no, I'm not saying a man thing.
I be conflicted because I'll be chilling and have a chick in the car and be shitting on a restaurant, and she'd be like, oh, I love there. And I'd be like, wait, what? What do you mean, madam? Like, I routinely shit on Olive Garden.
Yeah.
Women routinely be like, I love Olive Garden.
It's just funny.
And I didn't even think
I don't
about
love
it.
Olive Garden, but that is a funny fucking rendition of what we going on.
That's how it happens in my mind. That's exact.
You can tell you hate when a bitch recommend Olive Garden, don't you?
It's not even a recommendation because it'd be like, we be thinking about where we gonna grab some food at.
Yeah.
And then I'll just get to talking about places, and I'm like, man, I don't really fuck with Olive Garden. Just I'll name
Okay.
certain places that I like. So these places that I feel like are good lunch spots.
Yeah.
You could, if you want to go to Olive Garden, you can go to Olive Garden for lunch. Now let me also explain. I think that Olive Garden is on the same level as Chipotle.
Oh my god.
And I get that you might grab some Chipotle for dinner. But unless you get in this fucking Olive Garden to go and grabbing it for dinner, no, I don't want to hear about it. But that's not what you bitches want to do. Y'all want to go into Olive Garden and have the unlimited breadsticks and fucking salad and I'm not doing no. It's like fucking Red Lobster. What do we?
I'm just don't like either one of these places. The visible fucking
Red
frustration in this
Lobster,
nigga's face.
Olive Garden. There's a lot of like middling places that are like, if I hate spending money on food. It's one of my biggest pet peeves, which sounds crazy. Like when I go to the grocery store, I hate spending. If I'm by myself, I'll do whatever type of gymnastics. I got all the food apps so that I can get the food on the low. Whatever I need to do to get some discounts on the foods. I hate spending money on food. But what I hate more is eating bullshit. What I will do is spend on what I like. There's this cheesecake place called Cheesesteak Wizards down in East Lake. I love them. I normally spend around $30 for myself. No one else. I go there, I drop $30 on a sandwich, some fries, and something to drink. You could go spend that at Olive Garden and get 2 whole entrees. Is that gonna be quality?
Is it?
All this shit is fucking frozen, and like I have all my friends have worked there. Blue worked there. My other homie that was doing one of the other shows, he worked. Like everyone that I've known worked at one of these two, and it's letting me know that shit is bullshit in the back. Baby microwave. That's how we get it out. That's what it is. And I'm like, I know.
You and my mother have a disdain for Olive Garden. She was, I think it was, whatever, it was a whole bunch of anniversaries and birthdays in March. And of course, people was like, let's go to Olive Garden. My mother's like, that old fucking bullshit. I don't want to go to Olive Garden. She was like, well, what if we go in Beechwood? It don't matter where it's at. The same shit that's in the fucking hood is in goddamn Beechwood. Yeah. She is so upset.
The menu didn't change. The fuck?
And how do people cook it? Yo, she went in on that motherfucking Olive Garden. And I just was dying laughing.
No, Olive Garden is trash.
Olive Garden is so mediocre. Oh my God.
I work really hard to recognize that maybe it's me.
Yeah.
And that people's standards here are just really low. But that doesn't mean you should lower yours to meet where their standards are at. Either they need to raise their standards to meet you where you're at, or go away.
Anyway, what was the question?
That was me answering your question.
Oh, it was? Or was you just like...
Yeah, because you said...
You don't believe in going, like, spending money on dates. Because you don't like spending money on food.
No, I'll spend money on a date. No, my answer to the question was, it seems like people in Cleveland have a lower standard, i.e. them wanting me to take them to fucking Olive Garden.
I see what you mean.
Where that's not a good... If we want to have some Italian food, like there's plenty of places I could take you that are going to have like really good Italian. But you want to go to Olive Garden, i.e. this nigga want to go to Panera, that the standard is just lower. That's what I'm saying. You just don't lower your standard to where they are. That's what I'm saying. So that was me answering the question. Not that I don't want to spend money and that nigga shouldn't spend money. No, there's a standard, and then some people just is like, your standard and my standard are just different standards.
Bro, and then upset when you say, hey, if it's not a proper date, I'm not interested. Then proceeds to tell you, I've had plenty of women recommend Panera and other Starbucks and other spots. Said, that's great. You might want to take them there. That is not what I'm here for.
I
Boy,
feel like
that shit was fucking something.
Maybe after like we've been talking for a little bit, if we kicking it and whatever, and it's been a few weeks and we done gone out a couple of times, and now I'm like, hey, you want to meet up for coffee or something? That's different than, hey, date 2. Coffee, bitch. You want coffee? Let's get coffee.
Bro, what? That just don't make no fucking sense. But all right. At first I thought it was like an age thing, like, oh, you niggas is weird. And then it's just a fuck nigga man thing.
No, it's
that's
like,
trying to have sex with you.
I also think it's like women out here seem to have to like dictate how they man behaves. And like require like certain like either pushing them into try be motivated through the use of like I want to call it manipulative levers. Like, hey, this guy is doing that, and kind of like cajoling them in that way, and trying to get them to be the person that they wanted to be. But it's a lot of like that. So I was just like, where he was like, oh, all these women are like that. It's like, yeah, because a lot of women are just settling,
right?
And I just don't believe in that.
No, for his, if somebody wants that, then they should date somebody that's younger than them in their 20s, where it's really like easy to impress. You should get them fucking girls. You should get them. You should get a woman that's easily impressed by those things, or set that standard for yourself.
Or where you don't feel like you have to put that investment in.
Yeah. But that was very interesting. No, I got into a good conversation with somebody about what his thoughts on that was, and he was like, nah, it's like, I don't think that is an age thing. I think that dude was just trying to have sex with you and wanted to spend as little much as possible. And I said, I picked up on that really quick. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's what I was like. No, you can't lower your standards to, hey, let me take you to Panera. And then what?
And then what?
After we order the Panera and eat it, what will we be doing?
This was, oh my God. Then, after said person, you go through all of that, takes you to a good spot. Then, upon walking to your car, trying to give you a kiss, like aggressively trying to give you a kiss, you slam the door on him, bow, because you didn't see him coming and trying to get into your car. And he was like, damn, it's like that. I'm like, why are you so close to me? That was a time. Get away from me, sir. I'm not comfortable around you anymore.
That's so weird.
It's so gross.
Oh no, I've been like almost the exact opposite in certain situations.
Yeah.
Where it's literally like I've been on dates, been out with a woman, and literally never broached any type of touching barrier where they're like, why haven't you tried to kiss me?
Yeah.
Like, been of serious questions. Oh, I ain't know. Come here. Bring your pretty ass here. I didn't even, because I'm polite.
Yeah.
And until you give me a signal that you would like that, I try to keep my hands to myself.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, you ain't get no signal.
Excuse me.
Looking for this signal.
Yeah.
And then ignoring the signal, like, maybe this person doesn't want to be around you. That shit is crazy. If you can't read that, oh my God. It'll save you a lot of heartache if you just was paying attention and not so indulged in your dick senses. But I digress.
I used to get salty.
Mm-hmm.
Like, women be talking too much sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, this one chick one time, I like took her, like, we had went out, and then like I rented like a little place or whatever, like a little cabin, and I did all this thinking, all right, boom, set the vibe. I know if you plan to spend a night, you probably plan to let me crack. Cool. Well, I find out like she let a nigga crack in the backseat of a car, and I was just like, this is just what we do it for the first time? I didn't even have to do any of this. But now my like being more mature and things and thinking back, I'm just like, nah, these are just things that set you apart from other niggas that are just like,
right,
this is what I have to offer you. It's like, no, this is probably why you're pretty successful in the area that you are.
Yeah, like niggas just don't understand what the date is for, to show her that you got enough resources to take care of her if that's somebody you want to choose to see if you can get to that point. And then the lady's supposed to show you that she's woman enough to be your woman. And niggas, you niggas forgot a little bit about what that's for. You're not paying to fuck this person. You could get an escort if that's what you want. It'd be way cheaper in the long term if you just save up your quick little $300 to $500 for a mid-tier hoe and be good. Then going about your way and bust your nut, but y'all don't want to.
Did you
do
say
that.
$300 to $500 in Ohio?
An hour.
That's
It's
high
more?
class.
That's like middle class.
No.
That's high class. Well, whatever. I know it's cheaper. I've seen cheaper prices. I've seen way cheaper prices. But I'm assuming that if you want, probably not, because anyway. That look confirmed it. Thank you so much.
Like,
I'm so ready to get in my topic now.
You said 3 to 5, and I was like, I don't understand.
Nigga, that is not a lot of money. That is not a lot of money. If you go out with a bitch and you spending at least $100 a date with her, right? That's a
What
cool
I'm
you can
saying
say.
is, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now let me break it down to you in terms of Cleveland economics. $500
Yeah. That's
is
rent money.
is what niggas pay for rent, or they half of the rent.
Right.
Niggas don't have on just
the average Joe
yeah. It's not
saving up
$3 to
$500 for a hell.
3 to 5. So no, I just no.
Yeah, no, I definitely seen prices lower than that. Like, but I had no shade to the hoes out there. Whatever tier you are appreciated.
Yeah, no, like. Maybe 200 an hour.
Yeah, I've seen those. I've seen lower than that.
Yeah, no, that's it probably can get crazy. I figure like out here, it's the way y'all look at money is so like stingy,
That's an understatement.
and since everything is so stingy, it's very much miserly in how it's like doled out and like moved around.
It's just so it's just crackhead energy all around. Like, I fucking can't stand that shit. I guess I'm not saying I'm not a something, like if I have developed a habit or I'm just so above the people that I grew up with. That's not what I'm saying. What I do recognize is when you go to different levels and you start seeing how much things really cost, and you start reprogramming your mind to be like, okay, that's not that much, or if I can't have it now, I'll just save up for it, and not being so, oh, we can do this and you can do that. Like, shut the fuck up. You could also just pay what the fuck somebody asked.
Yeah, like for me, it's like, I guess I look at $250,000 or $250,000. It's $250,000. It's not a whole lot of money,
Right.
but to other people, it's like almost an unfathomable amount of like money or like tangible asset to achieve or have to like have really dealing with in terms of capital. And it's like, that's not a whole lot.
Yeah, no, my friend just bought a house in Chicago, and he was like, well, if I had to retire, one of the neighborhoods would be Calabasas. And he was like, it don't have to be up in there in the millions. There's actually some in the 500s of thousands. And he was like, you don't even have to spend that much. And I'm like, oh, to you, that is not that much. But for me, looking at houses and having never bought one, that those prices look hella high to me. And then I didn't comment on that to him because I knew if you did, then you look like a broke ass bitch. So I was just like, oh man, you know, that's amazing. Oh wow, I didn't know. But that just goes to show that to him, that amount was affordable for him. Which is cool.
Okay, that makes sense. So, you know, I'm definitely trying to make like $5,500 after tax a month. $66,000 a year. But that's if you add in like what taxes would be, it's somewhere around that like $90,000 to $100,000 range.
Right.
That's my next goal. That's what I want to do. Be making in the next 12 to 18 months. And so for me, it's like, well, if I want to be making like close to 100 grand, I want to be able to also like affect and know that, hey, this $250,000 house or condo or whatever it is that I happen to want to buy, that's not like unobtainable.
Right.
And so no, I think that a lot of things just seem unattainable to people out here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Outside of paying for nonchalant dates to hopefully get some coitus.
I just wish sometimes
We're gonna go Panera in the daytime? When are we going to Panera? When are we going here? I have so many questions about the particulars of when this date was going to take place.
It wasn't ever going to happen. It was a clear hard no. When I heard the fucking... First it started out, well, I'm going to take you somewhere simple. As soon as I heard somewhere fucking simple, I'm like, watch this nigga try. Then simple became, well, Panera. Then I was like, well, I don't like the food there, which was a fucking lie. I like Panera. I don't love Panera, but I like Panera. And then evolved into, well, no, if it's not going to be a proper date, I'm really not interested. Like, I guess I was very coarse in how I said, if it's not a proper date, then I'm not interested. Because then afterwards came you didn't have to say all of that. And like, that's very true. I should have just told you what I preferred instead of what I did not prefer in my agitation. Because I'm real not patient. I'm not patient. I know this about myself. I'm real quick to be like, get the fuck out of my face then. I know that I do that. But since I'm a new person, I know now to slow down and think about my reactions. Also, you saying that you shouldn't have been offended by me saying, hey, I don't want that.
If you said, I don't want to go on something that's not a proper date, if that's all you said, that's not a lot.
I felt that way too. But
You articulated what you do not want. Which means then if I'm interested in pursuing this further, I would need to be like, okay, well, then how about this? And then pivot to something else. Or say, I don't want to do this. One of the two. But you ain't got to say all that. Say what, sir? That I don't want to go, that I don't want to do something that's not a proper date. What about that was a lot? I didn't cuss you out. Call you a bitch ass, broke ass, no money having ass nigga. I ain't say turn your pockets out and walk around the town, let everybody know you ain't got no fucking money. I ain't tell you to do none of that. But whatever, bro.
Bro, I just was like, then he was like, oh, you think you calling me cheap? I'm like, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm just not doing that. And then I said, well, I prefer something more formal. Cool. Came out with a list of stuff. Then on the date, proceeded to be like, well, what are you doing tomorrow? I'm like, well, I gotta work and things like that. Or, I'll be busy. Oh, you got more dates lined up? It's fine. Oh. I'm so ready to go home right now.
Why are you stupid? Why are you?
This is dumb. You've already made me cringe. My insides are boiling being near you. I'm really trying not to cuss you out. And that's when the walk to the car started, and I slammed the door on you.
Have more dates lined up, that should be cool, because you don't seem like this is serious anyway.
Right.
But okay, what is your topic?
Now I'm ready, I think. Anyway, I thought about some conspiracy theories. Since the world is going in different places, you hear a lot about things. I think next week this could be a nice little part 2. But I came up with not 5, just different ones to think about. What's really going on? Could we question what's going on? And all this stuff is just alleged. I'm not saying this is fact nor fiction. I don't, we'll leave that up to you niggas to decide. But the first one I have is that the Titanic was sunk on purpose. If you know anything, JP Morgan had the Titanic or he owned one of the companies that made the Titanic. Right before it was set to sail, it was a coal fire, and the inspection was supposed to last 2 to 3 weeks on those boats at those times. This one on the Titanic only lasted 3 hours. There are multiple recommendations for adding more safety boats to the Titanic, but was never added. JP Morgan was supposed to board the ship, and then like the last day or so, he decided that he was not going to be on there. And to top it all off, this was before the Federal Reserve was set to be in place, and that the people that were against the Federal Reserve are also on this boat.
Did he want the Federal Reserve?
Yes, he was a proponent, and the people that were against it were on the Titanic.
So they say that they sank the Titanic to kill all the people that wanted to. I mean, it's not the wildest.
It's not compared to like what you hear now.
Yeah, I'm like,
it is not the
I
wildest
could definitely
thing.
see, especially back in the day where like information and money definitely, I will say it holds a huge sway now, but you could get away with a lot more, like
Right.
paying people off. There's not a real big paper trail. Like,
Right.
you pull money out of the bank, niggas is writing down on paper. You just tell them not to write it, and it's fine. So there ain't no.
You take the eraser and just erase
Like that.
one deposit.
Yeah, like, hey, no, we're not doing
You
that
could burn
today.
the book, and
Yeah.
no one's questioning about you burning the fucking book.
Yeah, like-
now, that's
yeah.
not happening
Yeah,
now.
no, there's too much of a digital trail. So
Yeah,
I could definitely see that happening. That'd be interesting.
that's very interesting.
I mean, that's crazy that they. Hey, that goes back to what I said before, that if you're not living your own dream, you living in somebody else's reality, and
they got full
they
credence on what the
wanted
fuck.
the fucking federal bank, and look at the reality that is created where it controls our money. We don't make our own money. We get our money loaned to us from a bank, a private company.
Right, it's all created through debt, and this is the way they want it. Like, somebody wanted it that bad. They created, I don't know, like, they created this paradigm, or this, what's that, monopoly. There we go. They created a monopoly to make sure things went exactly how they wanted things to go. And now look at you in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, about to live your motherfucking dreams.
You know, they got rid of them niggas. I mean, they assassinated other people. Shit. And if it was you stand in the way of billions of dollars, us making billions and being able to like
Right.
tax government, like that's what like the Rothschilds used to do, is like loan money to governments and countries
Oh.
and
I didn't
things
know
like that. And so it's like, yeah, when you have enough money to like be a debtor to a country, it's a different you
That's
playing
a different
with
level of wealth, of power, I would say. Yeah.
So it's like, I can see you being like, no, y'all gotta go.
Just a little bit of oopsies. Just a little oop. Just a little boop boop.
Oh, y'all
Y'all
gonna
get
be
on
on
the
that boat
Titanic.
too.
Just get a little Titanic, y'all. Have a little boat trip. You gonna be there, JP?
Of course.
Yeah. I'm gonna see you right there, right?
No, I'm.
What was the other thing about the iceberg? The fucking binoculars was locked away. To if you wanted to see an iceberg coming, niggas locked the binoculars away on the fucking boat, dude.
Where were they going?
They were coming from, I know, some part of Europe to America, to New York, I think, or somewhere on the coast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, where the fuck were they headed? Like that there's these
They wasn't
icebergs
going
and
nowhere.
shit.
Clearly, somebody knew, or allegedly, somebody was like, what would happen if you just didn't get where you was going?
I mean, it makes sense. JP Morgan had the Coke boat, so
Yeah.
they,
The Coke boat.
yeah,
A Coke boat?
Yeah, a giant boat full of cocaine.
Cocaine?
Mm-hmm.
No, tell the story.
I have to look it up. Let me.
The Coke boat, was it like a party boat for his friends, or no? This is just what they were drug trafficking, allegedly. And they said, we about to get on this coke gang? That's crazy, JP. That's crazy.
Coke boat. Ship seized in $1.3 billion cocaine bust is owned by J.P. Morgan Chase. Yeah, happened in
Happened
2019. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have their hand in there. Oh yeah, didn't you tell me that there was we talking about this?
Mm-hmm.
The boxer that was on there, they tried to pin all that shit on
Yeah.
that boxer.
Yeah.
That's why I heard
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, they blamed
bro.
it on a random boxer.
They blamed it on a random ass boxer and
So
said
this is
he
a
was
nigga
in
that had the
charge.
coke boat.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So they been true to this.
Yeah, they fuck with the seas. That's what we do. We shipping everything.
We will ship you across into the wonderful lands of the U.S. or to your death, bitch. Which one is it going
One or the other. One or the fucking other. But yeah. No, JP Morgan and boats. Yeah, I can believe that. I can believe that. They had a whole coke boat in 2019.
And then
said,
that poor
hey,
fucking boxer.
this boxer, he
Take
was the
the
one
fall.
that was running this. What?
He didn't ask either. Take the fall.
The
They was
boxer?
Like, huh? The boxer?
That's who. Y'all niggas got power. That's a different type of level of power where you could just
Yes.
pick someone that has
Nothing to do with
clearly-
anything.
clearly not capable of running all of this. You're like, that was him. They'd be like, everybody be like, yeah.
This nigga got a D in
As
math.
long as we can send somebody to jail, we're pretty happy.
Oh, okay.
I gotta stay the fuck away from y'all. 'Cause you niggas is
Y'all-
crazy. Yeah, y'all niggas don't give a
Listen,
fuck.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You're gonna take the fall.
Yeah, what?
You're taking the fall.
I box.
Of what?
I box. No,
Don't
you,
worry about it.
You run a coke boat. What?
What?
What is a coke boat? You ever heard of Cocaine Bear? No.
We should
Well,
go see that.
think about that, but a boat. And you'll never hear about that again either. And we didn't. And now no who
Where the fuck is that nigga?
who talks about him or the cocaine boat?
Nobody. Where's his trial? What happened with his trial? Yo, justice for a fucking cocaine boat boxer,
Yeah,
boxer
that they
head ass
blamed it on.
nigga.
Yeah, they blamed it on the
Justice
boxer.
for that nigga.
Yeah.
The fuck going on here? Anyway, it's so
So, you know,
legit.
JP
yo.
Morgan. No, the cocaine boat is a fact.
Oh, the cocaine boat is a fact.
Yeah,
But
that-
all these things that we're
that
talking about.
is a boat that is owned by JP Morgan Chase. The
That is- you
Titanic
can find that.
could be alleged, but you can Google the Coke boat. Like really, just type in JP Morgan Coke boat,
Yeah.
and that's
And
the
it
first thing
comes
that
up.
pops up. Yeah, no, it's literally
Is it like billions of dollars worth of cocaine?
1.3 billion.
That's fucking
Yeah,
astronomical.
yeah, really billions of dollars of cocaine. Yeah, lots of cocaine.
Bro, you niggas keep thinking you in the fucking La La Fairyland where everybody play fair.
Niggas pay for keeps.
Bro, it is nothing fair about this system. I'm not mad at the system. I'm not like, tear down the moral, fuck capitalism. That's not Ash. But just recognize the game that you in. It is not fair, nigga. It is not fair. It is not fair. You keep trying to be... I understand being a good person on a certain level. Like, for me is like... What that lady say? Damn, I forget. Something about... Yeah, soft yet dangerous. I like that one. You gotta have that just right on the side of you when you're ready to do some things that might not be on the moral high ground. And these niggas is so ready to fuck shit up not being on the moral high ground.
Yeah, no, they don't give a fuck, and that's
Not
why
at all.
I don't believe in a. That's why I'm very morally gray, and I'm much more. I'm like, since a very early age, I recognize that. Oh, they're playing a game. Y'all aren't playing the game. Y'all keep saying that the things they're doing is wrong. They're playing a game. They keep getting what they want. Y'all keep saying that this is wrong. I'm gonna play the game.
Right.
Y'all keep saying what I'm doing is why you keep doing that. Those aren't the things. You shouldn't be doing that. I keep getting whatever I said that I wanted. I end up with. Y'all settle.
Right.
I'm gonna continue to play the game the way I've been playing it, and y'all can not play the game and be mad because it's not fair. You're right. It is not.
That's not fair.
Ain't shit about this game fair. It's pitfalls, tricks, traps, and even when you learn something, like I'll say right now, like I know a little bit about like real estate and like buying houses and shit like that. I bought two. What I'm running into right now, trying to sell one, is wholesalers wanting me to sign purchase agreements that aren't fully like filled out outside of like a purchase price that we agree on.
Yeah.
So that way they can like hold and have this house under contract and locked in until they find someone to buy it for whatever number that they negotiate at. No. I won't sign anything. Because then they'll say things like, "Oh, we need you to sign this so you can our guys can come out and we can have our contractors come out and look at the house and everything like that, and they want to make sure that the paperwork is signed before they come out." You don't need paperwork to come and look at a property. There's a lockbox on it right now. You have the code. Y'all are more than welcome to come see it at any time.
Nope.
So it's like, no.
I've never heard of that. That does not sound right.
Not signing anything
right.
that's not filled out and only says, "Hey, this is how much you'll get." Sure, that says the number that I like. But if you put in that all the closing costs are on me, I have to do all these repairs and things like that on this document that I've already signed, what am I to do then? The fuck are we talking about? So yeah, but so it's even like as I come into like learning new things, I run into new people that are trying to like finesse the people who don't know anything. And luckily for me, like the woman that I bought my house from, she owns a title company and also is in real estate and everything like that. She's been really good to me, and I send all of my contracts and everything like that to her to look at. And so she's the one that looks over them, breaks them down, and be like, no, this is what they're trying to do. You know, and so like, and like, I literally sent her one today to look at it for the story. They're like, this feels fishy. This don't feel right. I was like, when I got it, I was like, this is blank. And I kept scrolling, and I saw the address of the place. Then I saw the amount for the house. So, okay, those are the two things that we talked about. And I kept scrolling. I said, "Oh, the rest of this is blank. None of the terms for this are in here for which I would be signing for."
Right.
They're like, "Yeah, no, just sign it so we can have the contractors come out and look, and then we'll fill out the terms and everything like that, and send everything through.
No.
And you'll be good for payment."
No.
That is a trick bag. You will not be putting me in the trick bag.
No.
No. Not at all. So no. I definitely think that it's no matter what level you go to, you're going to run into people that are trying to finesse and manipulate the system, because I mean everything that they're doing is legal. If you sign it and you don't know no better, you didn't just fuck yourself. Because now they have a contract and can hold you up in court and shit like that and make it hard for you to sell this. And if you want to go ahead and try and sell something, they can like no, well, I have this, and it's too much. But if you brand new, you don't know no better, you might do that.
That's true. The profit off of your fucking ignorance is enormous.
Yes, it is.
Profit off of your ignorance is enormous.
So
I'd much rather you just be retarded and not know anything, or
and I was calling my the older lady, my agent, and he's like, yeah, no. Then you try to be like, yeah, this is like, well, yeah, when you're doing a real estate deal, that'd be different. So I'm sure a realtor would say that. So they're not a realtor. They're a lawyer. They own a title company. They do a real estate. So it's not a real estate agent that's telling me that y'all could just come in. It's someone that is deeply into business and invest as well. So if you would like to look at the property,
you're more than welcome.
More than welcome. But I'm not signing anything that's not completely filled out.
Well, yeah, no, that's fucking weird. Don't nobody ever do that unless you get the inspector to look at your house before you buy it. You already got to be under contract and stuff to buy the house before an inspector get in there, right?
You have to have a purchase agreement for the inspector.
Right. That's the only time I've ever seen that.
Everything has to be filled out on the purchase agreement. Like, I signed one for this house, and anytime we changed anything or made new additions or took something out,
it was on paper.
It was on paper.
Yeah.
Filled out. I signed it. She signed it. Or in most of the time, she had already signed her half and then sent it over to me for me to look over and then sign myself. Now, once was it like hey, this is gonna be blank for a while, and you just sign there, and then we'll fill it out later. So I'm gonna sign a legal binding contract, and then you just gonna write what you want.
That's exactly what the fuck that was.
That's what you just said to me.
You not giving me no half-ass contract, bitch. What?
Y'all got it? Like, but I think that people think that since I'm new to like real estate, that they can get over. I am new, but I have some pretty decent resources. I'm pretty intelligent, and I do a lot of research on the things that I actually want to engage in. So,
right, even if you
I'm not
are
about
new
to just let you do this crazy shit to me.
or not, the importance of just stopping and saying, this don't feel nor look right. Let me ask questions. What could save you? Like, if you just get over your pride and like your excitement to rush and do things, if you just ask questions and things you're not sure of and not afraid to look stupid, just be like, I do look a little, I'm not foolish, but I don't know. And people don't like looking like they don't know.
I would say that is for real. That's a real thing. Like, even with me with, I call her the old lady because I don't want to tell y'all her name. I also think that her name is ironic because she's a white lady. But regardless, I don't know how serious she was when she said, if you need anything, feel free to reach out. Because that's just something polite people say.
Right.
But you know what Tony's been doing?
Reaching the
fuck out. And you know what that's been getting me? Responses and replies and her helping me.
Yeah.
And do I feel uncomfortable sometimes? Because I know we're not really friends and I just hit her up to ask her things. Sometimes, yeah, like today. Today I hit her up out of the fucking blue on a random fucking Sunday. And she was like, I'm working right now. Give me a couple of hours. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And literally, like 3 hours later, had looked it over and told me what she thought. If I didn't ask her and had just gone about like either because one of the people inside of this situation is someone that I know and I have like friends, we're acquaintances. Like we know each, like he's the person that I know through and how I got to these potential investors. He sold the house. His dad just sold the house with him, I guess. And I guess what he does is gopher for them and middleman.
Okay.
And I don't know if he really actually works for them or if he is just working his hand and middlemaning it himself, being a wholesaler. And then since he knows people that actually buy houses, going to them with the deals. Which at this stage of the game, I'm not that worried about it. Because I want to move off of the property. So as long as you can give me the numbers that I'm looking for, that's cool. But in terms of just because you my friend, I might have been like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and or we associated and we have a friendly relationship. Maybe I'll go ahead and believe what you're saying. But no, I got my gut feeling saying no, and I got someone to ask. And my gut and the person that I asked, they agree. So I gotta go ahead and go with them because this don't make no sense. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So life is definitely a game.
All right, the next one.
Kilimanjaro.
What the fuck is Kilimanjaro?
A mountain.
And why is that a conspiracy?
It's not.
You just like that word?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so anyway, NASA... Some people claim that NASA is faking the Mars landing. Some people say that the pictures we see from a place called Devon Island. NASA admits that it used the uninhabited island to practice landings on Mars. Oh yeah, that's what that was. You think that's true or false? Think we actually be going to Mars? Or no, they just used them pictures from that place. You can look up Devon Island on there if you want to see.
I don't know if we go to space.
You don't know if we go to space? No. What makes you think that?
I felt like I don't know what we know about space for real. And
Yeah, I don't think we know anything.
Besides what they tell us they know about space, it's ever evolving, and I feel like if humans had gone to space, we would have started claiming planets.
Flat out. We would have took our ass to fucking Mars.
Whoever got there first, this is our planet.
This is habitable. We will build the plastic domes if we need to.
We're gonna figure out what to do with it.
What the fuck we need to do?
Like if when America got to, or supposedly got to the moon, they got the picture of the flag waving. There's no wind in space, so that's weird. I do think that maybe going deeper into the ocean, because I guess the way that they explain the bottom of the ocean and the way they explain space are very similar.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
A lot of this is a great amount of pressure.
Yep, I've heard that too.
You couldn't breathe in there, which obviously you can't breathe in water. It's crushing you. The pressure in deep space or deep water would crush any of us.
Right.
And we can't really make any like devices really, or machines that can withstand going. Like we've never really been like, we've gone to the deepest parts that we can get to, but there's still depth that we haven't really like gotten to in the ocean. And so it's like maybe that's connected to space. So I just have too many just like unknowns about like, and it's like why would we stop exploring the ocean to explore space if we still don't know so much about it? Like if we're looking for all this gold and oil and all these resources, could that not be like deep within the ocean?
Right, like why don't we don't have nothing that can go further down? Assuming that there is ground. We're assuming that there's ground on the bottom of the ocean, that there is a bottom of the ocean. What if it's just not?
But that's what I'm saying. Like what if it is space?
Yeah.
Like as you just keep going down, you just are going more and more out.
Oh man, what if space was just fucking water? You just in like a weird ass like that kind of goes with the dome theory, right? Like the top is covered in a dome, right, to protect you from what space is, which is ultimately just like you just in a big ass fish bowl. Bro, I'm about to fucking die. I can't do this right now.
Yeah. Well, you asked for conspiracy theories.
I sure did, but it also just make you like go down a rabbit hole of questions that you're not about to get no fucking answers to. No. And the more I used to think y'all was weird as fuck for not liking the ocean, but then the more you think about what the fuck the deep ocean is, you like, oh my god.
See, I love water, but the ocean holds fucking crazy mystery.
Crazy fucking mystery. And they could just land on your doorstep one day.
Whales are fucking massive.
Yeah. I saw a video of somebody encountering a fucking humpback whale coming probably from like here to maybe the house across the street or where that street was, and him moving towards and then just diving back down. I would have fucking peed on myself. There's no way I could have got something still
like,
that fucking
I get
big.
We build huge like ships that are basically cities on water.
Yeah.
So sure, they might be bigger than a humpback. Mm-hmm. But us as people, the actual
encountering
entity,
something, yeah.
That
so massive.
Is so fucking massive. And you know what it can do? Withstand a lot more of the pressure underwater. And there's things that can withstand more of it than that.
Yeah.
And the deeper you go. I just feel like, but we were just like, nothing down there for us.
No, there's something down there.
That don't make sense.
Because I feel like, what if they do, or maybe they don't have anything, or maybe like to tell you like, we don't have anything that can go that deep, and they do in fact have something that can go that deep, and they've explored some of it. I don't know how deep you could go, but I feel like they know more than what they say.
If we, like, underwater drilling is a thing.
Yeah.
I just don't know why we haven't like dominated more of the ocean. And kind of like it's like, oh, we turn to space and we got satellites out there and we know all this stuff about all these other things.
All y'all do is watch shit. Y'all just be voyeurs.
But y'all don't know a whole bunch about the depths of the ocean or being able to get down there.
Right.
And y'all don't seem particularly like rushing to do that either. But I also think that there's a conspiracy theory that the reason that the billionaires were building rockets wasn't to go to space.
Oh yeah, where were they going to go?
It's the theory is that the planet Earth is bigger than what we know.
Yeah.
And that we're only allowed to engage with a certain portion of it, and that there's other continents that have kind of like been unclaimed and more land. And the easiest way to control this amount of people is like to constrict resource. So they're saying that the billionaires have been flying up in this air trying to see if they can see the other lands.
That brings me to the other one. Operation High Jump. If y'all not familiar, what's his name? Admiral Byrd was on a mission, and I'll just read what the fuck it was. Blah, 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 blah. A naval... Hold on, wait. Okay. Rear Admiral Richard Evelyn Byrd Jr. was an American naval officer who specialized in feats of exploration. He was the recipient of the Medal of Honor, the highest honor of valor given to the United States, and was a pioneering American aviator, polar explorer, and organizer of polar logistics. In 1947, Admiral Byrd led an invasion of Antarctica called Operation High Jump, and at least one follow-up expedition. This is fact, is undeniable, but the part of the story that is seldom told, at least in official circles, is that Byrd and his forces encountered flying saucers. According to Collective Evolution, he claims they have been greeted by a flying machine, and this was the first interacted with the beings that existed in a place that is known to many as Agartha. The beings told him they were concerned with the development of nuclear weapons and overall well-being of the planet based on how humanity was affecting it. Blah, 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 blah. He also claimed that the inner Earth was the central sun, like Euler did. His theory is that both of the poles of Earth are actually convex rather than concave. This means that ships and planes will be able to fly or float right in.
Float right into what?
I don't know. Guess float right into the inner Earth. So I guess he thought the story of the whole Earth has not solely been tied to science fiction. It's worthy to note that UFOs are constantly seen coming out of water. Maybe some of these objects are advanced civilizations that live in the Earth's interior. Blah, blah, blah. I'm trying to see about the more Earth thing. Is it an endless fucking field? Where the fuck are we?
So they think that
the inner Earth is somewhere that you can get into and that UFOs have come out of it. I don't really like this article, but I do just kind of want to give like an overview, and that's why I picked it. But so they think that the Earth is somehow hollow, but then at the middle of it is a central sun in the middle of it. So it's not hollow then, it's a sun in that bitch. It's not empty.
So they think that there's basically another Earth inside of this one.
And that these beings,
and they have a sun inside there.
Yeah, that's some creepy ass shit to think about. And that there are people there, and that they're little concerned about the fuck is going on in the ghetto parts.
Okay, so what are you niggas doing, and why y'all fucking up the planet?
Fuck, we only got one of them,
what
bitch.
It sounds like is that, hey, why y'all messing this up?
But then I think I got another one where they said they found a rainforest. Let me go back to it. A rainforest inside, what's that thing called when it just hole? It just does the thing where just the hole just becomes a hole. There we go. And in this sinkhole, there was a ancient forest, and this was in China. This article was written in June 10th, 2002. A cave exploration team in China had discovered an enormous sinkhole with a well-preserved primitive forest at the bottom. The forest likely contains a variety of species and small animals that are unknown to science. Blah, 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 blah. The hole measured 1,000 feet in length and almost 500 feet wide. The giant secret, all called Tian Kang, or Heavenly Pit, is Chinese. It's located in South Chinese Guangxi, whatever, autonomous region in the Lake Country. The exploration team rappelled down more than 320 feet and trekked for several hours to reach the bottom. They were met with undergrowth as high as their shoulders and trees towering over 100 feet. Geologists will argue that this discovery is not surprising because of China's karst topography. Venny, who works for a sister agency of the organization that explored the Chinese sinkhole. But yeah. This is what the earth is composed of. All these little things that they never tell you about.
Okay.
Deep inside. How much of the earth you think is unexplored? First of all, the whole, I don't know if it's alien things out there, but do I think it's more people other than humans? Like, you think it's like what they keep calling aliens is just other humanoid things that already be here, not coming from fucking galactic or all fucking miles away, but just here already, like, we are like you, but we are not like you, you unadvanced thing, you. Or what if we're more advanced than them? Anyway.
I don't know. I'm trying to find out the what you would call it about these other continents.
The other continents?
Mm-hmm.
What did you find?
Some called hidden continents on Earth.
So is it like vastly spread out? Like, it's way bigger than we think.
I think it's kind of like this. Where we're in that middle.
And then there's more? Where
Yes.
did you find this? Whoa.
So that's what people kind of think would be something akin, and that's where we're stuck in, is in here, and they don't let us.
What did you look up? You just look up hidden continents?
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Google.
It's the best thing in the world.
However, Reddit always got me. Thanks, Reddit. That's crazy. But then you gotta think, like, there's probably, so you can get out of it. Oh, if you get out, some people think you can get out of the Arctic Circle. We just don't think that, if you think that the Arctic is actually a confine keeping you in. I'm trying to describe the map to y'all.
Yeah.
So you think that instead of Antarctica and the Arctic, the cold places being something to aspire to go to the north and the top, they're saying it's all around you. And then on the map, there's a way out. And then look on the other ice walls. There's other ways out too. Boy, what? I'm not going past them walls. If I get to what's this kind over here? Thoth, the moving island. I'm staying put. I don't think I got enough exploring to keep going there.
Why?
For what? I already fucking went to Thoth, bitch. The fuck? I'm done. I'm tired after this. If I can get to Thoth, I'll be cool. If I can get to Happus, I'll be alright. Because they'll tell me about the faraway lands and I could just imagine. No, I think the restless person in me would be like, can we fly over there? What technology do you have so I can get to other ones? Yeah, you're right. It's not stopping. Just because I'm on Earth, it just won't stop. I'll chill for a couple years and be satisfied and just be like, we need to go somewhere else. Just like I do here.
Tune your short wit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to look up this video that I want to play, so now I have to end the show. Because now you got me on these conspiracy theories. But hope you enjoyed. I hope y'all got some good conspiracy theories. Share them with us. Like, subscribe. Hit us in the DM, in the comment section. All of it. Do all of the things. Goodbye.